Evening people, evening, welcome back to the channel. Last race of the year for me, and maybe you, I don't know. This will be the last race for me until the 3rd of January next year. And we are live with MRC's Team Oliver Racing Gr3 League. You're watching the Pro League with me, Darksmoka. We have got the Pro Am League as well running on CJW's channel on Twitch. That's CJW Racing on Twitch if you want to go and watch that. Stick around, watch this, then go and watch that. Give it a little like and subscribe or whatever you do on Twitch as well if you go over and check CJ's out. I don't know what it is. What is it? Is it a like, a follow? I don't know. Something like that. Whatever it is on Twitch. I have got a Twitch account, but don't use it. Anyway, round 5 tonight, live from St. Croix A. The jigsaw piece, as I like to call it. Awkward track, this one. Not often used in the game, so again, a bit like we were at Nordschleife last night. A lot of people not taking on that track because it's so long and it takes ages to learn, and this one's very similar, but we'll see how people are getting on. I can see people going backwards and sideways and donutting and all sorts of things, but we are live for a 50-minute enduro for you guys tonight. Potter just changing up some settings before we kick off. Let's have a little look about, see who's in. Fuel depletion at ×3. So we've got Potter, Purcell, James Harben, Surfer Ev. Come on. Yeah, they're all going to jump about. I think Potter's just going to give the shout for qualifying now. There we go, we're in. So let's get ourselves on track then. Let's turn the usual gubbins on. MRC dangly ball. So yes, 15-minute enduro for you guys tonight. They are only allowed to use 3 sets of tyres. 1 set of racing softs, 1 set of racing mediums, and 1 set of racing hards. That's it. Let me just pull up a little bit more information about this, and I'll find the scores as well. CJ's live now. No penalties this week. Let's just have a look. Yeah, not reading that out. Qualifying starts at 8:30, so we've got a 15-minute quali, and there'll be a little 5-minute break in between quali and the race, just to give the guys a break before the 50-minute endurance. So, does it say anything about pit windows? No mandatory pit stops or pit window to be followed tonight, so yes, they can come in anytime they want for anything they like. Damage is on heavy as well, so it does mean a trip to the pits if they do pick up damage, or they can try and race with it. It's entirely up to them. Usually it slows them down. Big shout out to the boys at Team Oliver Racing as well, Michael and Stuart, for giving us the use of their liveries and sponsors and that kind of thing. Appreciated. See dangly ball, everyone else got livery on their car, and across the bonnet there, TOR smashed down the side as well. Pickles Bro. Okay, let's find these scores. Here we go. Philo then leading the way at the minute. He's on 141 points as of last week. Fat Picklesbro in second, he's on 139, so nothing in between those two. Potter McPot third, he's on 116. A little bit of work to do to catch up for Potter. Dangly Ball in fourth, he's on 92 points. Surfer F fifth, he's on 87 points. Jambu in sixth, he's on 84 points. Superfast Bobby in 7th, he's on 81 points. GT Deli B in 8th on 71. CRT Millerman on 54. Diablo on 53. We've got Ben Cosgrove, he is on 52 points. JRC Racing, I don't think we're going to see him tonight. He's on 36 points. C73 Tabaron on 32 points. Persil 288 on 31 points. G Marge in 16th on 24 points, and Burnt Fry in 16th. 16 points for Burnt Fry. So that scores as of last week. Let's see how they get on this week. Did look like quite a full lobby. George Marge, evening mate, how you doing? Let's just have a little flick through, see who's in the room then. So, Dangley Ball. Oh, JRC Racing is in. Okay, so he's back from working, whatever he was doing. Surfer Ev also in a Mercedes. James Harben in the Renault, again returning after a couple of weeks. Diablo also in the Mercedes, popular car. BMW with Fat Pickles, he's had a couple of good results in that as well. Persil in 7th in the Lexus. Hunted by Philo in this qualifying session. Yeah, long laps these, 3 minutes 21 for an out lap for Philo. Pot in the Mitsubishi, 308 was his out lap. Chambu in 10th, also in the Lexus. Tabaron, he's put a 310 in as well. And these are out laps though, they were out laps, they're now on their hot laps. So in the Aston. Bobby also in a Renault. Cosgrove in the Mercedes, picked himself up a little bit of penalty, so 13 drivers on track tonight. I'm sure there was more in the lobby when we first came in. Why are you retracting messages, George? YouTube retracted your message. Where are you, George Marge? Can't you get in the lobby? Or are you not racing tonight? So, hot lap starting to come in then. James Harben sticking himself on provisional pole at the minute. The 3 minute dead, 0.120. I'll say that. Philo sneaking himself up, 259.066 for him. And then Renault, Pot, 259.471. So just 0.4 back at the minute for Potter. So James Harben now third with that 3 minute time. Dangley Ball 4, 3 minute 0.467. Jambu in 5th, he's also on a 3 minute 474. 7 thousandths in it between him and Dangley at the minute. Surf Ev in 6th, 3 minute 0.5. 7th, he's on a 3 minute 0.6. What else happened to Potter? Behind Philo a second ago. So Ben Cosgrove 8 with a 3 minute 0.7. Get on board with one of these drivers in a second and just have a look at some of these turns. Whether we'll stay on board for a full lap, I don't know. Tabaron in 9th then with a 302.8. Fat Pickles in 10th, 301. Huh? It's a 302.8. Oh, unless it's counting that 316, it must be. Hot lap on that board for is on another out lap actually, so Diablo also on an out lap. 307 on the board. Superfast Bobby now at the back of the pack, 318.6. Let's take ourselves a little bit of a trip on board with Superfast Bob. Let's change out of this view, let's go for a bit of bonnet cam. So a lot of 90-degree rights. They're quite an open circuit, this one. Can get a good few overtakes on. Has it got the over the bridge section? Is it? Yes, I think it has. Big long laps these. I don't remember this circuit very well. Again, it's not one that's picked very often, the St. Croix circuits. And if they are, it's usually sort of one that most people know. This one's one of the obscure ones, I think. You can see where all those barriers are in front. That's where they, yeah, here we go, across the bridge. Settles these cars coming in on and off this bridge. There's a little bit of a dink as they come onto the different types of tarmac. There are different circuits. It goes left and right here, depending on which variation you've got. Most people like the turn left variant just there. This is the turn right variant, so into the little left-right slow chicane. Long right-hander now. Just keep the foot buried through here. Lift, has he got a lift near the end? No, keeps his foot planted. Just got a line through there. A little bit of brake into this 90-degree left. Got to be careful not to smash it into that curb and the wall on the outside. And down towards this final turn. So yeah, you can see quite a wide circuit. It doesn't close up anywhere really. Back onto this start-finish straight. TNR Philo still holding pole position. What have you pressed there, you donut? There we go. Still not got it all. Come on, give me all. Bob now putting in purple sectors. TNR Philo still on that 2:59.0. Just keeping it on track. Fat Pickles Bro second. He's gone to a 2:59.407. Pushes Potter down a spot. He's also on an outlap now. Long laps to be doing outlaps. Put a bit of wear on those tyres before you even get to the start-finish line. James Hartman with that 3 minutes, still holding fourth. Dagley Ball fifth. Yeah, there's that little kink just onto the bridge. Set him a little bit. Jambu sixth. 3:04. Surfer Ev seventh. 3:05. Persil in eighth. 3:06. Brothers dropped that penalty, still on 3:07. Tabber on 10th, he's been in and out of the pits, but still holding his 10th position. JRC 11th. Diablo picked himself a little bit of a penalty in qualifying as well. Super fast Bobby, still putting in purple sectors by the look of it. Maybe just looking for a bit of an empty track. Sugary hot drink. What's Philo got then? Oh, it's an outlap, so it won't be one of the quickest. Still not bad though, 3:01.3. Fat Pickles goes quicker, 2:59.1, so closes the gap right up on Philo. Pot though, now out on a hot lap. Bit of traffic in front of him he's got to contend with. Purple sector from him there. Just got Persil he's got to deal with in front. Persil is also on a fast lap. Where is he? Let's find him. outlap above his name. Pot thinking about a move down the inside. Maybe just showing his nose to Purcell. He passed. Go for Potter then. Is he just going to try and stick behind Purcell? We go for another lap. What have we got on the clock? I can't see it. There's too much sand on this circuit. 14 minutes, so no. He's going to get this lap. He's looking to get past his Potter. Purcell's gone a little bit wide. Potter just taps the back of him. That might set that hot lap for him. Super fast Bobby, who was putting in purple sectors a second ago, has just put in the fastest lap. Bob, what are you doing? Why isn't it even showing me your times on the screen? 1.5 seconds quicker than anyone else. So that puts you on a 2:58.5, 2:57.5. Apologies. But they will get a chance to finish this lap, even though the counter's ticked over. So Velo's going to get another attempt. Fat Pickles is going to get another attempt. He's going to be the first man to cross the line. Throws himself in the pits at the end there. Bobby's on an outlap. Dangley Ball then crosses the line, takes second. 2:58.8 then for Dangley. Philo, final corner. What's he got? He's been pushed down another position. Ultimate Pot going quicker as well. Just flicking to that, but Philo taking that off him. He's gone a 2:57.8 for Philo, second position. Ultimate Pot putting in a 2:58.7, but just getting pipped for second there by Philo right at the end. Dangley Ball's fourth, Fat Pickles Bro fifth with that 2:59, so everyone getting a bit quicker at the end. 2:59.6, a lot of time to be made up on this circuit. Jambu in, oh, there's people swapping still. Jambu suddenly moved up to fourth, 2:59.9. People, okay, so we have got a 5-minute break. So people will have chucked themselves back in the pits and all sorts of stuff. They do have to make sure they get back across the first timing line before their lap time counts at the start of the race. Cruising around now, parked up by the look of it. All stop, no more fast laps, that's it, you lot. Who's facing backwards? I think that's Bob facing backwards. It's that right hand elbow. There he is. Delivery on your car, Bob. Wait, delivery on your car looks a little bit like this circuit with those jigsaw puzzle pieces. So he did only end up 0.3 of a second quicker than Philo, but 0.3 is 0.3, still takes pole position. Not sure what Philo's trying to do. He's broken his car though. So I think we'll get a race start at 5:2. Thank you to number 484 subscriber, whoever you are. It's not showing up on my it's not showing up on my notifications. Secret subscriber, that's what you are. good, thanks. I was at 483 yesterday, and now at 484. Yeah, so everyone just having a little bit of a park up. Ben Cosgrove just still having a little roll round, just learn these laps. Possibly he's sitting in 5th at the minute. James Harmon having a little couple of sneaky laps as well, just trying to remember those turns, which lines to take, which corners coming up next. Is the drop at the end of the bridge as bad? No, not as bad. Yeah, just changes tarmac as you hit the bridge. There's a bit of a lump in the road. It can unsettle cars if you're taking it a little bit wrong. Fat Pickles Pro's trying to brake his car as well. Diablo's remembered to set his alarm, good lad. Where's Fat Pickles? I can hear him. There he is. He's trying to take a set of rears out before we start the race. That shouldn't be hard to do. Last race before Christmas. I should be back in the new year with all the intros, etc, etc. Hopefully. PC is working. I've just got to find it all again. That's my problem now. Hard drive's been wiped that many times. I've got to remember where I stashed it all. Several memory cards lurking about in this little room I'm in. Potter and Ben Cosgrove are having a little chat then. Potter's now disappeared. So Ben Cosgrove, is he having a little practice start? Nope. No, he's not. Billy, evening. Just in time for the race. So yes, they do. Potter just reminding everyone they do have to use all 3 tyres tonight, whatever they start on, and the other 2 compounds. So 1 set of racing softs, 1 set of racing mediums, 1 set of racing hards. Entirely up to them how they use them, but 1 set of each only. No mandatory pit window or anything like that, so they can come in as and when they choose. You'll see some drivers take completely different strategies tonight. Okay, mate. Yeah, Bob's been doing alright in that little Renault. Look, harassing JRC Racing. Also trying to break his car. Not broken. Now doing a reverse lap for you boys. Oh, not very well. Now it's broken. Impressive time by Bob. Come on, Ev. I like it. JLC getting a couple of little sneaky practice starts. And why not? Where's Surfer Ev? Here he is. No tyres on the rear. Struggling to go in a straight line. A little pumped up the rear for Jambu as well, by the look of it. So we're in a 50-minute enduro. It's a long way around this circuit. It's quite wide, like I say, but you get it wrong, it's nothing but steel and damage. A long way back to the pits as well. So the two Renaults at the front. Are they going to benefit? Superfast Bobby and TNR Philo then. The Renaults will watch for the lights. Let's turn the gubbins on. The revs are up now then. Oh, TNR Philo almost going sideways off the line. JLC having to drive on the grass to get around him. What happened to Philo? Terrible start. So the Renault's not able to take full advantage of that. Superfast Bobby though, he's managed to hold his lead. Pot takes second with Philo's mistake. Already a big gap back to third position. Surfer Ev up into third. There's a great big pile of cars. Like I say, very wide circuit. Oh, we've got cars getting it wrong there as well. Who's that? I saw an orange car going sideways, slamming somebody. Who've we lost? Oh, it might have been Ben Cosgrove just having a bit of a drift on through there. Philo's back up to... Oh, no, it wasn't. It was James Harbin in the Renault. I knew it was an orange car going sideways. Lucky not to pick up damage though, James. But way off the back of the pack now, 16.4 seconds. So back up to these top two who've still managed to pull a great big gap, 2 seconds over third place now. Ultimate Pot already looking for a challenge on Superfast Bob. Superfast going for the hard tyres on his first stint. Ultimate Pot has gone for the mediums. So it should be a little bit quicker, but we know the Renault's quick here. Billy. Stop messing about, look. That's orange, mate. Look. You should know it's the same damn colour as Iron Brew. Top two still pulling a gap from Surfer Ev, who's still holding on to third place. He's got Jambu right on his tail though, sitting on the medium tyre at the minute, Ev. He's got Jambu just coming down the inside, he's on the medium tyre as well, side by side as they head down the hill. Can Surfer Ev hold the inside line? Just Jambu though, able to run it side by side onto the bridge. Top two still pulling a gap. Surfer Ev losing that position, then Jambu able to hold the line next to him. He's going to make you run around the outside. He's got the inside line into the next turn. Good move by Surfer Ev if he holds that. Oh, Jambu just losing the tail end of that Lexus. It's going to give JRC a bit of a look, coming through in 5th at the minute. Bit of a penalty for Jambu and JRC. Fat Pickles Bro right behind JRC in 6th. Tabron right there as well in 7th. 3 wide going through there. Jambu losing out though, all the way down in 7th now. Maybe just been losing his penalty through there as well, so keeps with that pack. Surfer Ev continues to hold third place. Jambu 7th now. Dangly Balls in 8th. Purzel looking for a move down the inside there, didn't quite work out for him. Ben Cosgrove now looking for a move down the inside of Purzel as well. Can he carry the speed? It's not giving me the best camera angles here, PlayStation. Need some higher up angles. So Purzel, Dangly Ball, Ben Cosgrove, Philo and Diablo all battling out at the back of the pack at the minute. There's a great big pile of them. Super fast Bob continues to lead. Oh, got a little bit wide through there. That's going to give Potter a chance. Down the inside then for Potter. Takes race lead. Let's give Bob just a chance to sit in the slipstream though. Save a bit of fuel. Save on those tyres a little bit. He's on the hard tyre as well, so they will last a bit better than Potter's, but obviously not give him as much grip. Potter needs to think about starting to pull a gap from Bob. Just starting to do it. You can see Potter just able to take slightly tighter, faster lines than Bob at the minute. Pulls 0.7 over Bob there. Still in the slipstream though, Bob, down this straight. Pulls that time back a little bit. Potter will gain a little bit more as they come into this tighter section. Super fast Bobby really only gaining under the toe at the minute. And onto the bridge. There's that unsettling little kink. You see all the cars just kicking up on there. Surfer Ev still holding on to that third though. Fat Pickles Bro's got himself into 4th. Tabron 5th. Jambu now 6th. He's got a JRC Racing and a TNR Philo. He's hard carving his way back through the pack at the minute. On the medium tyre as well for Philo. Past JRC Racing then down the inside at the exit of the bridge. Ben Cosgrove in 9th. Pursell 10th. Could be anybody's here at the minute. This little backpack. Danny Ball 11th. Diablo 12th. James Harben pulled a bit of time back, 9.4 seconds. Also in the Renault. We'll see how he gets on later on in the race. 6 minutes in. Potter McPot then pulls a bit more time over Superfast Bobby up front. He's got almost a second. Still extending a little bit as well. Gap over a second now then. Superfast Bobby's got a bit of work on his hands to try and stick with Potter. Still pulling gaps on 3rd place Surfer Ev. Surfer Ev under all sorts of pressure from Tabron and Pickles at the minute. Pickles, yeah, it is Pickles. Let's get ourselves on board with Tabron as he chases down Fat Pickles and Surfer Ev. Just in front, almost losing the rear end of that Aston. Closes up on Fat Pickles. Fat Pickles just pulls across the track. You're not coming through there, mate. I'm not having that. Tabron thought about a move down the inside, didn't work out for him. This is just allowing Surfer Ev to pull a bit of a gap on these two. You can think more about his lines than these two battling it out behind him. Gonna make you run down the outside then. Not gonna work through there for Tabron. Fat Pickles is always going to hold the inside line. So yes, Surfer Ev has now pulled 1.6 seconds, 1.7 seconds on Fat Pickles Bro and Tabron. 3 seconds back from Bob. Bob losing more time to Potter. Potter now got 2.1 second lead. Purple sectors from him as well. Surfer Ev now 1.9 seconds. Tabron and Fat Pickles still going at it. Just allowing Surfer Ev to disappear. TNR Philo then all the way from the back of the pack off the line. Now in 6th position. He's on the grass there though. Oh, he's kept it in a straight line, but it's going to slow him down a little bit. He's under a bit of pressure from Jambu after that. Ben Cosgrove 1.7, 1.8 seconds back in 8th. Trying to hunt down those two drivers in front. JRC in 9th. He's got a little bit of a gap either side of it at the minute. Purcell just closing down on him in 10th. Dandy Ball 11th. Still quite close together really. Even Diablo just dropping off 2.8 seconds. James Harben pulling some time back. He was, after that little mistake, about 10 seconds back. Now 6.7 from Diablo. Oh, tiny bit of penalty now to lose though. Ultimate pot, still 2.1 seconds. Super fast Bob just gaining a little tenth on him there. Surfer Ev 3.9 seconds back from Bob, but still pulling more time on those two drivers behind. 2.3 seconds he's got. Tabron then looking for a move down the inside. There he goes, makes the move down the inside, doesn't run too wide, keeps it on track. Pickles Bro's going to come back at him. Tabron's going to hold that left hand side. It does give him the inside line into this next turn. Awkward exit this one, quite easy to run wide there onto the grass. Oh, TNR Philo just slotting himself through there as well. Just saw the front end of that little yellow Renault coming through, so up into 5th then for Philo. Fat Pickles losing a position. Also out on the hard tyre in this Renault. So Philo doing a great job in this little tiny yellow thing. Jambu wasn't far behind him, so he's only 0.3 back, right behind Fat Pickles at the minute. Fat Pickles also out on the hard tyre as well. I hadn't noticed that, I thought he was on the medium. So Jambu just closing that gap up a little bit. Still within striking distance of Philo in front though, half a second. Surfer Ev just peeling right there. Gap he's got now. Still sitting at 2.1 from Tabron. Lost a bit more time to Superfast Bob and Potter in front. The gap between Potter staying at 2 seconds. So Bob not doing too bad a job on those hards. Again, we have seen those run well here. Not so much for Mr. Harben. Now only 3.3 back from Ben Cosgrove. What's happened to Ben? He's got it wrong somewhere. A bit of damage on the front of Ben's car. He's only about a third of the way around the lap as well. There's only a tiny bit of front aero damage. We'll have to see how he gets on. If it's slowing him down too much, he might come in early and get that repaired. He might wait until his tyres are up. But James Harben now only 2.4 seconds down. It's always worth sticking in these races just because of little things like that. I just saw Bob getting the rear end of his Renault squirrely coming out of that turn. Lost a bit more time to Potter. Doing a good job on those mediums though, Potter. Downhill towards this final 90-degree right. Into the wall there as well, so just loses a couple of tenths there, Potter. Still plenty of time over super fast Bob at the minute. Still more time between these two and third place Surfer Ev. 4.6 seconds, 4.5. He's still keeping that gap. He was keeping that gap at 2 seconds between himself and Philo. It's just dropped there to 1.7. So Philo on a charge then early on in this race. Lap 5 of these 3 minuters. He's on the hard tyre. No, he's not. He's on the medium. It's my eyes going for you people. Jambu's got himself past Fat Pickles as well. So Fat Pickles into 6th. JRC Racing another 5 seconds down in 7th. Perzel 8th, second back, another 1.3 back is Dangley. So Cosgrove with that damage, he's in 10th, he's got James Harben now second back. Tabron has been in the pits, so come in and taken on a set of medium tyres, a full tank of gas as well. Not far off the back of those two drivers in front. Needs to think about catching up with those. Diablo's been in as well. He's come out on a set of mediums, full tank for himself. Potter pulled another half second over for super fast Bob. Still 4.8 between himself and Surfer, but in the background, this man, TNR Philo, chases down Surfer Ev for third place on the podium at the minute. So got it all wrong off the line, did TNR Philo. Rear end of his Renault let go. Steered him almost into the wall. I think he just managed to catch it, got it on the grass, but a lot of drivers having to take action there not to smash into him. He ended up at the back. So still closing that gap on Surfer. Surfer's still dropping that penalty, so coming under more threat from Philo. Big heavy Mercedes finding a little bit of a struggle to get around these turns. Nice wide line there from Philo. Save those tyres a tiny little bit. Surfer trying to drop his penalty through there as well. Can he get the move done into the final turns? No, he's just backing off. Now he goes for the move. So we're just carrying a bit more speed than Surfer. So into second then for Philo. Bob's come in the pits. I noticed that. Fat Pickles Bro's come in the pits. Potter stops out. So now with an 8.5 second lead over second place Philo. Surfer Ev's not letting it go that easy though. He's only got 0.1 of that penalty to drop, and he's still hanging with Philo at the minute, 0.6 of a second back. Gone. Who stops out as well on the mediums. JLC stops out. Perzel stops out. Super fast back out of the pits then in 7th, full tank and racing mediums. He's ditched the hards, only the faster tyres to go. James Harben not stopped into 8th. Tabron has stopped, so back out in 9th. Then Cosgrove not stopped in 10th. Fat Pickles has stopped in 11th. Dangley has stopped now, so fresh set of mediums and full tank for Dangley. Diablo also stopping a lap or so ago. I think it was a lap ago. Full tank and racing mediums for Diablo. So what lap are we going to see Potter in on these mediums? He's usually pretty good with strategy. His lap times just hitting the 3:02s there, so he might be looking at lap times rather than anything else. He's still got 8.4 seconds between himself and Philo. Again, Philo not stopped. What's his fuel looking like? Just under a quarter of a tank. Potter's got a little bit more on board. Does give him a slight advantage. It means he has to spend less time in the pits. Still plenty of life left on those mediums as well, as long as he's not losing time to Philo behind. He'll stick it out. Does then, stops out for another one. Lose a little bit of time to Philo behind, 8.2 seconds, but Philo comes in this lap. So he's got to ditch the mediums. What's he going to put on? Hards or softs? So JLC Racing in 5th, he comes in the pits. Just releases super fast Bob back into 3rd position. Surfer Ev yet to stop. He's in second, but 10.8 seconds back from Potter. But he has got 10.9 over Superfast Bob. Philo back out the pits. Didn't take on board a full tank. And he's got the hards on, so he's looking to run those and get them off ASAP by the look of it. Get the softs on. He's going to have to do, I don't know, he's going to have to do 15 minutes on things at least to get any better benefit out of the soft tyre, I think. So James Harben yet to stop. Are we going to see James Harben do a once? Oh no, he's got to use all 3 sets. Can't do a one-stopper. He can do a one-stop and a. Can he do another 5 minutes on that fuel? I don't think he can. He'll have to come in at the end of this lap. He might be out of fuel. Tabron hunting him down, already stopped on the medium tyre. Pickles Gr3 as well, slowly trying to get back into that fight with Tabron. Jambu in 8th, 3.6 seconds down in the Lexus. Dagley in 9th, only 1.6 back. Let's see if he can close that gap back up on him. JRC Racing 10th, just come out of the pits. The racing hards on for his second stint. Diablo in 11th. Perzel 12th, so he's on an out-lap, fresh set of racing mediums for him. Ben Cosgrove now stopped, car repaired as well. Racing softs on board for him. 13.3 seconds back from Perzel. Almost a minute back from race leader Potter McPott. Potter has yet to stop though. 12.3 second lead over Surfer Ev. Surfer F lost some time to Superfast Bob on those medium tyres though. It was a 12-second gap, it's now 7.6. Surfer F just getting it a little bit wrong, lost a bit of time to Potter. Yeah, I think that's what's happened. Lost about 3 seconds to Potter and 3 seconds to Bob. Purple sectors for Bob as well. He's not messing about on the mediums. Potter in now though. Expect to see Surfer Ev follow him through. There's Bob just in the background coming down the hill. Where does Potter come out? Super fast Bob then round that final turn. Potter still in the pits, just been released now. He's going to come out almost side by side with Bob. Stays in front. He's on the hard tyre though versus Superfast Bobby on the medium tyre. Already Bobby looking for a move down the inside. Potter's got the inside line for this next turn though. If he can carry the speed, can't. So can Superfast Bob make a bit of a move away from Potter here? And a complete change of fortune. It was Potter doing the overtaking and the pulling away last time. So Philo comes through to take 3rd then after Surfer F stop. So now 7.5 back from Potter and Bob. Also on the hard tyre in that Renault. Bob didn't do too bad on that though, so we'll see how he gets on. Tabron 4th, oh, just got a little bit wide there, keeps it on track, slow him down. Fat Pickles Gr3 is closing that gap up pretty rapidly. Surfer F back out the pits in 6th, just behind this little fight. He's got Jambu with him as well. Jambu on the soft, and Surfer F on the hard tyre in that heavy Mercedes. Oh, Jambu getting it wrong into the wall. I don't know what happened to Jambu then. He's back now though. Looks like maybe his wheel switched off or something daft like that. There's no inputs going on, that's for certain. That's a shame for Jambu. Perzel, father and son team. Did Perzel pull your USB out for a giggle? Just so we can catch up with you. hunting each other down now. Diablo in 10th then, just behind. James Harben in 11th, has stopped now on those hards. 6.6 seconds down, so doing all right at the minute. Mr. Harben, Ben Cosgrove in 12th. JRC Racing out at the back of the pack on the hards. So Superfast Bob on those medium tyres has pulled the gap from Potter, 1.6 seconds. Both drivers have got the soft tyre at the end as well. So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously the Renault looking quick here. Potter's no slouch, but the Renault's got good lap times at quali as well. We've seen Philo come charging through the pack. We've seen James Harben scoop a couple of places after ending up at the back of the pack as well. So the Renault might be on for a good night here. Still pulling time is Superfast Bob. Philo now 6.5 seconds back from this fight. He's also got the soft tyre to use at the end. So Fat Pickles has got himself past Tabron. What's happened? Tabron! No! 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 What do you know? No! That's not. Oh, he's picked up damage. Turn 3, he's picked up damage. A long way back to the pits for Tabron. He's gonna, unfortunately, he's gonna end up at the back of the pack. Apart from who is at the back of the pack. Maybe. Oh no, JRC is gonna catch him around this length of track. Tabron, engine damage, aero damage, ego damage. It's a shame. Let's see, Perzel Diablo closing up on him already. He's got a good pile of drivers closing up. Got to think about staying out of the way really with that damage. Perzel coming through then. Diablo not far behind him. Chamber in that mix as well. Yeah, Tabron, unfortunately. James Harben's going to get him. Ben Cosgrove's going to get him. Yeah, JRC might. Still a fair way back in the minute. So back up with race leader Superfast Bob. 2.8 seconds in the Renault. Putting in fastest lap of the race there as well, 3 minutes and 7.721. Ultimate pot then 2.9 seconds down, 6.1 in front of Philo, losing a tiny bit of time to him. That's Fat Pickles Bro, comfortably in 4th now, Surfer Ev 5th. A little bit of breathing room as well from Dangly Ball behind, 2.4 seconds. Perzel 7th, Jambu 8th. Diablo 9th, Ben Cosgrove 10th. He's liking a bit of a penalty tonight, is Ben Cosgrove. James Harben 11th. Tabron losing more positions. He might make it round to the pits before JRC gets him. And JRC in 13th. So almost half an hour gone. Bob driving the hell out of that little Renault there. 3.5 seconds over Potter. Potter losing a couple of more tenths to Philo behind. It was 6.1, now 5.7. So Fat Pickers Bro Another 6.5 seconds down, but quite safe at the minute. 3.5 back to Surfer Ev. Dangly Ball though, closing that gap up on Surfer. On the hard tyre for Surfer, Dangly Ball on the medium, so to be expected. Dangly actually putting in purple sectors here. Where's poor Tabron? Oh, so he has come out of the back of the pack, but he has got JRC not that far in front. I don't know whether you changed tyre. I can't remember what you came out on. So now 4.3 seconds. Bob's starting to absolutely tear away from Potter McPot. Potter McPot's still holding that 5.6 seconds from Philo. All three of these top drivers got a soft tyre to go at the end. Sorry, Fat Pickles just in the background, 6.1. Closing that gap up, Fat Pickles. If he just called you fat, then that wouldn't have been very nice, would it? So Surfer still 5th, but Dangly Ball has closed that gap right up on him, 0.4 of a second at the minute. A heavy Mercedes versus the heavy BMW. Different tyres going on though, mediums for Dangly Ball and hard tyres for Surfer Ev in front. Long right hander. Doesn't sling one up the inside here. Maybe a little bit too far back to get the move done into the final turn, possibly. Turn 1 or up towards turn 3 maybe. Right on his tail as they head down this start-finish straight, already pulling it out then to go for the move. Some speed though is Surfer Ev. Gets outbraked by a Dangly Ball though, just has to slot himself behind in 6th. Not a lot he can do on those hard tyres against the mediums. Get back on track, Surfer. Got to be careful trying to sling one on the inside as well. Obviously the hard tyre not able to brake as quick as the medium tyre either. They might end up taking that poor Dangly Ball out, which wouldn't be good for either of them. Was the wrong button. So super fast Bobby now 5 seconds up front. Fastest lap of the race as well so far. Potter McPot again lost a couple of tenths to Philo, but nothing to shout home about at the minute. 18 minutes left on the race clock. Won't be long before we see these drivers come in for that set of soft tyres. Fat Pickles, it might even be the end of this lap. Fat Pickles in 4th in on the mediums. So no, it doesn't. No, he's not closing the gap up on Philo anymore. Dangly Ball has still got a Surfer Ev giving him some haranglement from behind. Not out of the woods yet, Dangly. There's a bit of wear on your medium tyres as well. Pretty much nothing on the hards, but. Gets a little gain there, 0.8. Yes, I think a lot of these drivers have saved their softs. Jambu in 7th. Oh, Jambu's not saved his softs. Basil on the mediums in 8th. I bet Cosgrove also opting for the softs on this middle stint. James Harbin on the hards, got himself up into 10th actually. JRC 11th. Hard tyres, Tabron 12th. Diablo come in for his final stop then, full tank and a fresh set of racing softs on board for him. 8.7 back from Tabron. 1 minute and 29 back from race leader, super fast Bob. Not coming in this lap for Bob on those mediums. Potter decides to come in. He's had enough of those hards. Lost far too much time to Potter McPot. Get the softs on now. Try and gain that time back up on him on this lap before Bob comes in on another set of softs. So Philo comes through, decided not to stop either on the hards. Lucky to keep it on track there, Philo. Picklesbro also decided not to stop, so third place for him in the minutes. Potter McPot back out of the pits in fifth. Dangly Balls in fourth, just in front of him on the semi-worn out mediums. Potter then on that fresh set of racing softs, just under a full tank for him. Is that going to be enough to last him? Surfer Ev in sixth then, just losing out to Potter coming out of the pits. Champion on those beaten up softs now. Being chased by the same car on the mediums. 1.5 seconds back. Anybody else darting in the pits this lap? Doesn't look like it. James Harben just getting himself back on track. That's the same corner, he got it wrong last time, don't do that. For JRC. So some big gaps starting to develop then at the back. Tabron and Diablo. JRC and Mr. Harben. Right, super fast Bob then. 9.6 seconds lead over Philo. Philo yet to stop as well. I've not seen any of these drivers get it wrong onto that bridge, which is good. Don't get it wrong onto the bridge, anybody now. Now I'm looking at you. Potter McPot then past Dangly Ball, taking fourth. He's got Fat Picklesbro who's not stopped, TNR Philo who's not stopped, and Superfast Bobby who's not stopped in front of him. But he is 21 seconds back from race leader at the minute. I'm not sure how long he spent in the pits. So Dangly in fifth. He's managed to pull a bit of a gap now from Surfer. We'll see these guys come in at the end of this lap. Just want to get up to Bob. I think we're going to see Bob in this lap. Yep, not enough fuel to do another one. We're going to see Philo in as well. Fat Pickles will come in. This is going to be a good race to the end. I think the Renaults are just going to pip it though. They're looking a bit quick here. So Potter around that final turn. None of the other drivers been released, have they? Yes, they have. Superfast Bobby comes back out the pits. So now on the soft tyre, just over 12.5 minutes left of this race. Potter McPot on a 1 lap old set of softs. Now 0.8 of a second back from Superfast Bobby. TNR Philo back out the pits. He's now 9 seconds down. Fat Picklesbro another 4.8. I think Ben Cosgrove not stopped again. He's going to go for another lap on those softs. Dangly Balls have stopped. Fresh set of racing softs. Fresh set of softs for Surfer. So this fight could be on between Dangly and Surfer if Surfer can just get on the rear end of him again. Jambu stopped racing hards at the end. Purcell stopped racing softs at the end. 3.7 seconds the gap there. This could be interesting as well. The softer tyre should be able to close that gap up pretty quickly on the hard. So James Harben stopped. A fresh set of softs. 3/4 of a tank on board for him. Tabron in 11th on the hard tyres. Picked up damage early on in a lap and had to make it all the way round. 4th, I think, maybe 4th or 5th. Down to the back of the pack, but just in front of Diablo at the minute. JRC Racing in the pits, just taking his final stop. So I think it's everyone except Mr. Cosgrove that's stopped. So everyone else been in. So the fight is still on between Potter and Bob. Bob's managed to pull 1.3 seconds on him. There was 0.8 as they came out the pits. Potter pulls a couple of tenths back through there though. Second has Potter, but his tyres are a lap older. Purple sectors from him though. TNR Philo pulled a bit of time back on these boys. 8.2 seconds the gap here. So yeah, it does look like the Renault is slightly quicker on these longer straights. When we get into the tighter corners, the Mitsubishi just seems to pull a bit of time back on the Renault in front. So Bob getting up to 1.4. Oh, Potter just running himself a bit off track there. That's going to slow him right down. So losing a lot of time to Superfast Bob in front. 1.8 seconds. Ben Cosgrove in the pits now for his final stop. Bob taking that gap up to 2 seconds. That little mistake from Potter has cost him. Got a lot of track exploration to do to try and get those lines back close up on Bob. TNR Philo gap down to 7.5 seconds after that little mistake. So Fat Picklesbro holding fourth comfortably, 5.8 seconds in front to Philo, 8.3 behind to Dangley. Surfer Ev holding sixth, another 4.7 down, so lost a bit of time to Dangley. Balls in front, not able to get back into that fight. Jambu seventh, has had that gap closed down by his dad. Let him win or you'll be going to bed early. So gap down to 1.7, I think it was about 3 seconds. Ben Cosgrove, he's out on, he's on a fresh set of hards. So he might struggle to keep with Purzel and Jambo in front, although Purzel on the, Jambo on the hards. Mr. Harbin on the softs in 10th. 5.5 back. So he might be able to close that gap up on Mr. Cosgrove. We'll see. JRC Racing in 11th. A little bit of a penalty for him to drop. Diablo just getting past Tabron then. Not sure if Tabron just got it a little bit wrong. He's picked up a tiny bit of front end damage. Maybe clattering into the back of Diablo. Diablo's got a bit of rear end damage. So Tabron now down right at the back of the pack. He's had an unfortunate night as Mr. Tabron. That's why everyone's all of a sudden Mr. I'm going to stop that. Super fast Bobby continues to pull a lead, 3.1 from Potter. Potter's keeping 6.5 from Philo though. Fastest lap of the race for Bob, 2:57.9 for him. Cleaner exit on that turn for Potter. Still, super fast Bob is just pulling tenths every couple of corners. Another little purple sector from him then. Gap up to 3.6. Bob obviously liking this circuit. Yeah, nothing Potter can do to close that gap up on Bob. So 6 minutes on the race clock. Philo another 5.3 seconds back from Potter, so pulled a bit of time on him, only a couple of tenths. Can he pull enough time to get back into the fight before the end of this race? That's the question. Fat Pickles Bro losing a bit more time to Philo, but again still under no threat from behind from Dangley. Dangley pulling more time from Mr. Surfer as well. So Jambu 10.8 seconds down. Purcell right on him. Less than a second between these two. Managed to pick himself up a penalty though as Purcell. Drops it there. He can get back into that fight, but loses a bit of time to Jambu in front. So Ben Cosgrove on those hards, 2.7 seconds back. James Harben then, yeah, he's pulled 2.7 gap now between himself and Ben Cosgrove, so he's pulled that time right back. Might be able to gain another position here. JRC in 11th. So way off the little pack in front. Diablo another 21 seconds back from JRC. And then Tabron. So he's had that damage repaired. 6.1 back from Diablo. Kept it a little bit wide through there as well. Still 3.5, 3.6 the gap between the race leader and second. Another second taken out by TNR Philo. You can see Potter just there dropping down the hill. 4.4 seconds between TNR Philo and Potter. 4 minutes left on the clock. That's 2 laps, this one and one more. Well, the one they're just about to start, the Superfast Bob and Potter on. So the gap does creep to 4 seconds. And behind for Potter. Renaults in unison, just pulling time on the second place driver in the Mitsubishi. Just another couple of tenths there. Philo starting to really close that gap down on Potter. Bro, he's picked himself up with another penalty. Again, no threat from Dangly Balls, lost a bit more time, 10.4. So if I have another 5 seconds down on those softs. So Jambu and Purcell side by side. Purcell getting through then just. Jambu's not having that. He's going to hold the line into this next turn and try for that position back. Purcell, what have you done? Oh, I thought you'd driven into the wall. You haven't. You've got it a little bit wrong. Jambu coming back through then. That's put you under pressure from Ben Cosgrove. James Harben right here as well. Coming to the end of this race. Is it 2 minutes 12? 2 minutes 10? Are you guys going to get another lap in? Yeah, I think you are. Super fast Bobby then. 4.5 seconds from Potter. Potter now 2.5 in front of Philo. This could get very tasty between the second and third place drivers at the end of this race. Getting a little bit squirrely out of there. That's going to lose him a tenth or two. Now only 2 seconds between Potter and Philo. So on board with Philo then, looking at second place driver Potter McPott in the Mitsubishi. Gap at 1.8 seconds. Final turn and a single lap to go. Can Philo close that gap enough? What is it? 1.4 seconds. Still just out of slipstream range, but the Renault running quick. Bit of traffic coming up as well. Gap's still at 1.4. Let's just pull a 10th. 1.3, 1.2. Still 1.2. Just letting it coast through there, Philo. Down to a second then between himself and Potter. Yeah, a little bit of traffic coming up as well. Possibly running a tiny bit wide there, Philo. Give Potter just the advantage to pull that time back on him. Still gap at 0.8. Closing, so that off-track action for Philo not compromised him too much. Just losing a couple of tenths there. Tabron, I think Tabron's just got that turn wrong. I do just want to stick with this fight as we head towards the line. 0.6 of a second between Potter, 0.5 of a second right in the slipstream range. Just keeping it on track there, Philo. 0.4. A couple of long straights to go as well. Closing in all the time. A quarter of a second between them. Just backs off down there. Decides not to go for a move into this awkward little chicane. All over the rear end of that Mitsubishi. Potter going defensive. Does he hold it? Just about. So onto the bridge, another chance for Philo to have a go at him. Oof, Potter nearly getting it wrong there. Carrying the extra speed then, Philo. Potter still on the inside line for the turn. Depends where they break. Potter just holding the line, but Philo will, if he holds it, will have the inside line into this turn. Potter's going to try and run side by side with him still. A great bit of driving by Potter. Difficult to do that. He's trying to hold on to this second place with all he's got as Potter. It's a long drive down the hill. Potter's off track. Philo's been slowed a little bit with his line into the corner, but closing in on Potter. Is he going to get him in the final turn? Or is it going to be across the line? Oh, there's a punt into the rear of Potter. Philo sneaks through then. Not sure whether Potter, yeah, so Philo just seeing that and allowing Potter to come back through and take the second place. Oh, interesting. Fat Pickles Bro coming home to take fourth. Let me just, super fast Bobby taking the win then. Potter second, Philo third, Fat Pickles Bro fourth. Dangly Ball's going to take home fifth. Yeah, I knew that was going to get tasty at the end. Backwards and across the line. Fifth for you, Surfer Ev. Backwards and across the line for sixth. James Harben seventh in the end. You'll be happy with that if he keeps it into this final turn. Purcell's all over him though. Oh, and into the wall for Purcell. That's that fight over with. James Harben then managed to smash that big pile of drivers in front of him right at the end, taking seventh. Purcell eighth. Jambu takes ninth. Ben Cosgrove is going to come home 10th. JRC Racing, Diablo and Tabron have already finished. Yeah, Tabron did get that turn wrong. Smoshed himself into the wall. I did see him reset himself on track. And Ben Cosgrove then coming home to take the final place. Ben Cosgrove coming home to take the final place. Ben. There it is. Ben takes 10th. Well, Bob, there you go. The Renaults were looking good here tonight, mate. The Renaults were looking good. Even Philo and Mr. Harben, who had all sorts of trouble early on in the race, ended up at the back of the pack. The pair of them managed to carve their way back through, take some positions. A great bit of racing there at the end between Philo and Potter. That little bump in the rear nearly gave Philo the second place, but he was good enough to give the position back. That's what we want to see. So that is it until the new year, people. We will be back on the 6th, I believe, of January. I myself am back on the 3rd of January for the next round of the Kyrgyzstan Motorsport Modi 5 Cup. That's the MX5s. That's on the Sunday night, 8 o'clock. Monday the 4th of January we kick back off after the Christmas break with the minis. That's the Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup. Tuesday night the 5th, that's just hard for my brain to work out those dates now. Tuesday night the 5th at 8:10 we've got the return of the Lamborghinis with Next Gen, and the 6th 8:30 we're back with this round 6. So that's it. Off for Christmas. Oh, a couple of weeks off. Gonna love it. I won't know what to say to you lot when I come back. I'll have forgotten. So yes, that's pretty much it, people. If you want to help my channel out, get yourselves over to buymeacoffee.com/darksmoka. Donate if you can. Give it a like. Give it a subscribe. Tell your mates. Tell your mums. My name's Darksmoka. Merry Christmas.